Okay, guys, hey, we're just gonna look at some cars here. We're gonna give them a pass or a smash, see what they brought for us. Okay, for our definition, pass is good, smash is wrong.
Smash it. If we smash it, we'll crush the son of a b****. That's what makes us different than the millennials.
Yeah, we're backwards.
Well, our words are different.
They're subjecting us to some videographic torture here.
Okay, we'll start with this one.
Pass. Piece of junk. Get rid of it. First car ever made. The most iconic car probably in the world.
Jaguar XKE convertible. That's one of the cars on my hit list that I have not owned yet. If I get a chance, I will buy one.
It's a very iconic automobile.
Yep.
It's that Jaguar XKE, the Porsche 911,
Yep.
and believe it or not, a British Austin Mini, and probably
And an Austin Healey too.
They're changed
the Mark IIIs or whatever.
Whatever, but have changed are the most iconic cars in the world.
Sports cars, yes.
So they say. Well, I don't know about the most iconic, whatever.
But no, that's definitely a pass. Jaguar XKE, and it's a convertible. Beautiful cars. I think they started making them around 66, 67.
I don't know, but the problem I found with them cars, most of them, steering wheel's on the wrong side.
But there's not much room in them.
I tell you what, a fat guy like me, I don't know if I could drive it.
No. Anyway, very cool car.
Awesome.
Good choice.
Next one.
Corvette. What year? 70?
No.
72?
No.
73?
No.
68?
Yes.
68?
Now you know why it's a 68?
Because it's got the gills on the side?
Yes, it's not, because the newer ones had pewter whatever on there, so 68 is closest, yes.
So basically 68 was the first year of that body style. That is a definite pass. That one's the T-top. It's not a roadster. It's nicer if they're convertible, but the T-tops do come off. Very iconic.
Roadster?
Roadster? Yes. Convertibles. Steve Hannigan had one.
Okay.
That's T-top. The Roadster was a convertible.
Well, same different. A Roadster convertible.
Well, Roadster is a convertible.
Well,
That's a
why'd they call it
T-top. That's a T-top.
It is a T-top, my goodness.
But anyway, that was the first year of the. I think that was a C3.
My girlfriend drove mine with a T-bar.
Yeah. So that was a C3 Roadster. That was the third generation of vets. A lot of people like them. I mean, the biggest money ones are the C2s, which were 63 to 67, but 68s. I mean, it was the same frame, same chassis, higher horsepower. That's a definite pass.
The worst made car at that point in time on the planet.
Was it?
For gaps and stuff. Yeah.
Well, it's fiberglass.
It was within a quarter inch. It was good.
Close enough, and who cares?
Yeah, close enough. Who cares?
Every Chauve car.
I had a couple of them.
Yep. Nice cars. Yep. So far, we're 2 for 2 on the passes. What else we got?
Oh, is that a Brickland?
No.
It's a Lamborghini Murano.
Is it?
Yeah. You know how I know?
No.
It says right on the top of the page.
Okay, well, you're looking. I was going to say it looks like a Lambo. I mean, that's a little above mine and Avery's pay grade.
That is the most iconic Lamborghini car ever made, I do believe, to my knowledge. And the only reason I know that is because I just watched the Lamborghini movie the other day.
And they have the mirror. I was actually looking at a couple getting restored online.
Yeah, it's one of the most iconic Lamborghinis probably ever made, according to what, I could be wrong, but anyways, do I like it?
Cool, how can you not?
Well, you just
I like it. I mean, I love sports cars. Anyway, Lamborghini Miura, that's a pass.
Yeah, you gotta like it.
I think it's mid 80s or 90s. I mean, it's somewhere back there, but they made them for a while.
It's older than that, I think.
Does it say what year it is? No, well, you're not helping us.
It's got to go into the 70s, I think.
I think it's 80s
and
or 90s.
It's not our whatever.
Field of expertise.
We just like it.
Yeah. Okay, that's a pass. Okay, 911 Porsche. That's a definite pass.
I would never own one of them pieces of shit.
I have one out in my shop.
I would. I'd sell.
I have a 1971 Targa 911. Definite pass. Beautiful car.
Smash it.
One of the purest sports cars ever made. You can't beat a Porsche 911. One of the most iconic.
You can beat it with that Lamborghini.
Maybe. It depends if it's an S or not.
Absolutely wonderful automobile.
Yep. German engineering. Another pass.
Ferdinand Porsche.
Yes.
The Volkswagen.
Dr. Ferdinand.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, that one's 50s or late 40s. Is that a Rolls Royce?
It's a Rolls Canardly.
Okay.
Rolls down one hill, Canardly up the other.
I don't like it as much as the other cars that we've looked, because that's a little before our time. Beautiful car, I mean, but it's just not, it's not my style.
Unfortunately, it is my style. I like that stuff. I would take that over a Chevelle any day of the week.
What about over a Porsche or a Ferrari or a Lamborghini? There you go. It's at the bottom of the pile.
No, it's not.
Anyway,
I like that car. I
that's
like
a
that
smash.
style.
For me, that's a smash
It's
pass.
a pass for me. I like it.
Okay. There we go. 58 or 59 Mercedes
Do you know who
300.
owned one of them hunks of
There was a foot doctor in Kamloops.
Do you know who owned one of those cars?
Who?
Pierre Trudeau.
He still does.
Does he still own
Justin owns it. It's his kid is getting it restored. That is one of the most iconic Mercedes ever made.
That is probably
And they're $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 million cars now. They didn't make
$300,000
many.
or $400,000, $5 million cars.
Well, they just keep going up exponentially.
That car, neither one of us would fit in it.
Yeah, but it's
Remember seeing the one? We've seen one, a convertible, not a gullwing, but it was a convertible RM.
RM, yeah. Beautiful
RM.
cars
One of the most beautiful cars.
ever made, yes.
They're on a tube chassis. They're a full-fledged race car.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very rare, very high priced. I mean, it's
Yeah.
beautiful car, millions of dollars probably. Anyway, that's a definite pass.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
There we go. That looks like a 66 Biscayne, two-door post. Okay, it's a big boat. It's a Chevrolet. I mean, it's not really a sports car. It's kind of a muscle car, but it's a B body as opposed to an A body. So the Chevelle was more a muscle car. That was basically your family two-door sedan, but a lot of people like them.
When I drive that car, only on Halloween night.
Yeah, well, a lot of people drag race them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really high up on my list as much as the Chevelles, but it is an American classic.
You like that better than that Rolls Royce?
No, well, no,
You're an
but
idiot.
but it's still it's an American classic. It's a family sedan. A lot of people hot rod them, but it's not my idea of a muscle car.
Let's crush it.
I'm just gonna be non-committal on that one.
Crush it. Make it into paper clips.
Well, we did a station wagon. Anyway, it's not really a muscle car, but some of them did come with big blocks.
It's the worst car so far that you've
That's
shown
right,
us.
yes, okay.
How does that sound?
There, okay,
We'd
yes.
drive it. We'd almost be happy about it. But
Or-
we'd rather drive that other stuff.
Or Dave would put it in a demo derby.
Well, the bumpers on some of them things are worth $1,500 off some of them battles, eh?
Yeah, no. Anyway,
That's
We'll say
that's a
them.
non-committal.
Non-committal.
Yeah, okay. There we go. Dark. What year is that one? I think 69 Swinger. One of the first. That was one of the first cars you could get a 340 in. It's not my favorite body style. I like the Cudas better, but definite one of the first Dodge lightweight muscle cars. A lot of B body cars got their ass whacked by those.
Is that right, eh?
Well, yeah. Well, the power to weight, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a pass. It's not high up. I mean, it's not as good, nice as some of the other cars, but it's one of the first, like 68.
It's a box. I'd drive it, but I wouldn't tell my friends about it.
Like I said, I like the Cudas and I like the B bodies better. Because the same year as that, you can get a GTX, you can get a Roadrunner, you can get a Coronet, you can get an RT. But it is a muscle car, especially if it's a 340 car, and I think it is because you see the hood inserts. So guaranteed that's a 340 car. Or it could actually be a 383 car. They didn't make them.
You know what I say about Dodge, eh?
What?
You'd rather
Oh,
have-
that's
Oh,
a
what?
GTS 440. Okay,
That's a high output.
they didn't make. That's
How
a
many?
special car. Not very many.
How many?
Don't know. I'm not up on the A bodies.
It would go like a.
Oh yeah, that's a factory 440 car.
But
I mean,
again-
that's one step down from the super.
But you
stock
want to know
Chevy.
something? My 150 Ford makes more power than it does.
Yeah, but anyway, it's still a pass. But I mean, it's just not. It's not one of the nicer looking Dodges. I mean, it is a muscle car, especially with a 440. But it just there was better body styles, right? Like the 68, 69 Camaro. with
It's
the way
a box with a big motor.
Yes, all go. Okay, what else we got? There we go. Camaro.
Why do
convertible.
them tires look so ugly on that car? It's got beautiful body lines and the rims look like on it.
Because they
Them
got the
hubcaps,
hubcaps.
them hubcaps deserve to be stolen.
Yep.
Nobody would even steal them.
Yes. Anyway, it's still a muscle car. It was the start of the pony cars. Well, the Mustang was, but the Camaro came in 67. The Mustang started late 64, 65. But again, beautiful cars. I have a convertible.
That Mustang's a weird car. It was built for the secretaries.
Yeah.
It was built as a.
Well, the
what's
T-Birds were too.
What's the correct word to put this nowadays? It was built for the female market. I guess you can't even. Whatever.
It was a
built-
girl's car.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. That's a pass.
It's a pass.
There
It's
we
a
go.
Brooklyn. Or Pantera,
Di
Thomas.
Tommaso Pantera.
Yeah.
Definite pass.
Yeah.
One of the
They live on
coolest
fire
looking-
all the time, didn't they?
That was one of the coolest looking bodies. Ford hired an Italian designer to design the body, and they put 351 Clevelands
They
in
catch
them.
on fire and burn to the ground.
They are a very beautiful car. That's another one if I ever ran
I
across
tell you what.
one. And
I
the
tell you
price was
what.
right, I'd grab it. but-
I like that car.
Yeah, beautiful. That's a pass.
It's a
Definite pass.
At 351 Windsor's in them.
Cleveland's, I think.
Cleveland's, Windsor's?
I'm pretty sure it was Cleveland. It was a hypo.
All I know, they caught on fire. I
Yeah.
seen one the other day in Toronto where we were
Yeah,
at.
beautiful cars. Okay, Volkswagen, right up your alley, Avery.
You know what?
Couldn't pull the skin off a rice pudding, but
They had
iconic.
43 horsepower, raging horsepower.
I think I like the Porsche better.
Well, the same guy.
I know. Well, yes, I know. But
Same
still,
guy.
That was. I mean, they sold hundreds of millions of them. You got to pass it just because
That
it's a
car, I
Volkswagen.
tell you what, that car has got some really weird, interesting history to it.
Yes.
Hitler built those cars. He was going to put them in the military, and they were built to have a gun mount on the front hood of them. Okay? Now, when they bombed the shit out of wherever them cars were being built, they come over there after the war was over, and they were going to rip the factory down. And I do believe the British, whoever it may be at power, come over there and went through the factory, and the factory wasn't in that bad a shape. And he was oogling around the factory. There was 1 or 2 or 3 prototypes in the back that hadn't been killed.
Yeah.
So they decided to bring that car back to the public and start producing it. So it's because of the British government why that Volkswagen car made it where it made it. And then they hired Ferdinand Porsche, or I think it was somebody before that, but Ferdinand Porsche at the end got the job and looked after all the construction and everything of that car. Yeah. And I'm always curious who owns a Volkswagen, if it's Germany or the British.
I'm pretty sure it's German.
I don't know about that part. But
Anyway,
anyways,
Volks and the Wagens. Doesn't sound British.
I don't know. But again,
Yeah.
it's a very interesting history of that car, how it come about. But
But
anyways,
they're a pass. It's not a muscle car. It doesn't have any aerodynamics, but they sold hundreds of millions, and there's still lots of them out here. It's a survivor.
It's the toughest car probably ever made.
There you go. Okay, and you can talk about this one. Ford Model
Hey,
T.
you can have it any
Oh, there's
color.
parts of one right up there.
Well, that's an A.
I think that's a, yes, that's an A. This is the precursor.
You can have it in any color as long as it was black.
That's right.
And you
That
know
was
what?
Ford's motto. Any
hey-
color you want, as long as it's black.
It was to bring the people of the city to the country and the people of the country to the city.
It was the first car made with mass production techniques. Henry Ford.
He got that off
He
of...
invented these. Well, that's what.
No.
That's what he took.
No,
he took credit
and actually
for.
it wasn't.
But that's
It was-
who took credit for it.
It was the gun industry, actually, that was in there that started mass producing stuff.
Yeah, but he was the
And
first guy to bring it over to the automotive.
Yes, he was, but
industry.
it was the gun industry.
Oh, yeah.
Used mass production first, and then Henry Ford got his ideas from, I don't know if it was like FN, Federal National, I think was maybe in mass production. But anyways, one of those companies. Now here is a joke for you. What time is it when 2 Fords pass on the road? 10 past 10.
They called them Tin Lizzies.
No, that's why, yeah.
That's right.
But anyways.
Anyway, it's kind of a pass. I mean, a lot of guys hot rod them. I mean, right now, those things like 20, 30 years ago, cars like that were worth a lot of money. Now they're not because the demographics have changed.
Well, all the guys that liked him are all dead.
That's right. Exactly. Like, that's why.
That's the discussion we were having about this stuff here
Yeah.
that you're building. How long does the population that likes those cars, what has the muscle car got, another 10 years,
Yeah,
another
maybe.
5 years?
Yeah.
And nobody, like your $300,000 car will be worth $1.98.
That's right. Because
That car went from being finished from $25,000. If you can get $8,000 for one now,
yeah,
you're doing
running,
well.
driving, and,
yeah.
and restored. Basically, if it's bone stock, the only place you're driving it is a parade. You're not taking it down the Coca-Cola.
There's so much history about that
Yeah.
car and everything. That's where Joe Blocks come in. Johannes?
Yeah.
Joe Blocks, Johannes. It's too far to get into Johannes. That's a story on itself.
Anyway, it's
Anyways.
kind of a pass. It was the first mass-produced
Everything
car.
you look around in this shop is made by Johannes. Or not made, or it's made from Johannes. Joe Blocks. The system of measurement.
Oh, okay.
He put the system of measurement in place to allow one part to fit on another part that 2 other factories could use it. They have a
You mean he standardized the units of measurement? That's what
yes.
he's trying to
Yeah,
spit
that's
out.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Joe Blocks, Johannesburg.
Okay, that's a pass just because it's iconic. It's not one of my favorite. Actually, basically, one of those, the one just after that is the one sitting just outside our gate, right? Model A.
Yeah. But anyways, there's some very, it's It's some very interesting. It's very interesting. Not only the car, but of all the mechanics, all the brought together of different technologies back in the day to build that. It's very interesting. The biggest problem they had when they went to the V8 motor was casting stuff in sand. And that they didn't figure they could cast stuff in sand. And he broke all new ground rules and casting procedures after that car to go to the V8.
Yeah, the flathead.
The flathead.
Yeah.
And it was very interesting.
The flathead was never in a Model T, just a Model A.
Well,
right?
we're just talking about the whole process
Yeah,
where the car got from kind of a little bit off track, but
It's a pass.
If it wasn't-
Next
it's
one.
a pass,
It's
yeah.
a pass.
It's
Next
a
one.
pass.
Yes. It passes the test of time. Yeah, big boat Dodge.
it's a
Convertible.
it's a Polara
Polara.
500.
Yeah, I know, but it's a 64. It could have come with a Hemi. It could have come with a big block, buckets, console, luxurious car. It's not really a muscle car. It's like the Dodge equivalent of the Impala. Or
It's a boat.
Or the Biscayne. It's a C body.
What's that piece of shit in the background there with the tire on? Is that another
That
Dodge
looks like a Super Bee.
with a hood scoop on?
Yeah, that looks like a Super Bee. Anyway, that one there is a nicer car. No, anyway, that
They
one's
took the picture of the wrong car.
it's a nice car. It's a convertible. I mean, it's barely a pass because it's not really a muscle car. It's a big boat. It's a family-sized car, like big cruiser, right?
I'd drive it. Wouldn't
You'd
be
drive
happy
it,
about
okay.
it going to the gas station.
It's barely a pass.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Okay. There we go. 1969 Super Bee. Or Coronet RT. What is it? Does it say RT
It's
there?
a Coronet, Mike.
Super Bee 812. Okay, 812 means it was the 446 pack. That's a fiberglass takeoff hood. 812 option. That's what it says 812.
What's the 12? The hood?
The 812 is the hood. There's 4 pins and the hood just lifts up. There's no hinges.
They were probably the worst built piece of ever made.
Yeah,
Unibody, twisty, fall apart.
Yeah, but they kicked ass.
Well, they definitely did.
They kicked ass. Their power to weight ratio because they didn't have frames.
Well, they kicked him out of NASCAR.
Well, they kicked them out of NASCAR when they put the
wing
put
on, the
wings
Super
on it.
Bird,
Yeah,
yeah.
the first one to do 200 miles an hour.
Is that right, eh?
Was a Super Bee.
I know they made power
Anyway,
like a mother.
That
back
is
then.
definitely a pass. I have 3 of those cars out in my yard, so it's
Yeah,
a
I'd
pass.
give it a pass.
It's a pass. There we go. Olds 442 W30
No, I like that.
455.
I like those cars.
Yeah, they were an upscale, more luxurious Chevelle. That was a GM product.
Yeah.
Beautiful cars. I mean, the W30, it had factory ram air in through the hood there. The inner fenders, see them? They're red.
Yeah.
W30 only. They had red in.
I didn't know that.
Well, that's because I'm teaching you.
I don't know
because
that
you're
much.
not
I
very-
don't know about not
Yeah.
much about this. Not my
Anyway,
thing.
nice cars. That's a 70, I think. Yep, 70. 455 cubic inch.
Again, my
Highly
Ford
underrated.
F-150's got more power than that muscle car.
I don't know. That thing's probably 450
That's what a
horse.
Ford 150
Yeah.
is.
Okay. Anyway, definite pass. Beautiful car. There we go. 1970, 73 Firebird. There's a rare car. Super Duty 455, probably a 4-speed. Beautiful car. They had that front end for like 3 years, 70 to 73, 74.
You don't see many of them.
No, that's
Like
because they all
very
rotted.
Yeah.
Right? All the metal, like the 73s and 74s and 75s, like that's Al, my buddy from Chevy Heaven,
Yeah.
said those trucks rotted the worst. So I don't know if it was the metal manufacturing.
hear 'em
or
rotting
what.
when they were this, yeah.
But anyway, definitely a pass with a 455. That thing's a rare car. Probably a 4-speed one
Yeah,
too.
I'll
I
give it a
bet.
pass.
Yep. There we go. 1971 GTX. I have that exact same car.
You know what?
In a Roadrunner.
My friend had one of those. He had a Super Commando.
Yeah,
GTX.
440, yep.
Super Commando in
Yep.
it. And that thing, mind you, I was pretty young, but that thing, it definitely got up and
went.
left.
That was the last cool year for the satellite body style, right? While 72 was the same. That grill, I actually have 2 of those cars. One's one step down. It's a Roadrunner. Remember that
Yeah.
Bahama yellow one?
Yeah,
it's
that weird one.
It's all put back to stock now. But
I actually don't mind that
yeah,
car.
it's almost looks like a caricature of a car.
It does. It
Hang
looks
on,
like-
wait a sec. I've got a picture of one. Just wait. Just wait.
Oh, you got him
I'll show
all
you
fired up like a cat on a tin roof.
Hang on, let's see. Here's one that's done up like a cartoon. Here.
Where?
That's one that's over the top. Same car, but that's a Roadrunner. See?
You want to know something? It's a pretty cool car.
Is that right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's. Hey, Lisa, what do you think? That's the same car except done up a little over the top.
Yeah, it's pretty, yeah.
Yes. So I actually have one of these that's yellow. So it's definite pass. But mine's got this hood, the air grabber hood, 4-speed. See, that one
Oh, look
doesn't.
at that. It's even got the little shark teeth on the hood there. It's
See?
the right one, yeah.
That's a super rare
See
option.
that little hood right there, little shark's teeth
So
on it?
mine is this exact same car except it's yellow.
And it's got more rust.
No, it doesn't. It's
No?
all cut out. It's all
yeah.
fixed.
This one.
Anyway, definite pass.
Yeah.
Is that one gonna be for the auction too?
No.
Oh, there we go. Something
There we
like
go.
this.
Oh, look. That car is that car.
Right there.
Right there. That is that car.
That's exactly the same
It's a
car.
70 Chevelle convertible. This
Now,
one's a.
now, what were you telling me about that 70 Chevelle? How rare they are?
Okay.
Or what's well? They got
They
four
made-
headlights and what else?
Okay, I think total Chevelle convertible production in 1970 was about 7,400 and change. I was just looking at the numbers up. It was one of the cars that they never made in Canada. So when I ran the numbers on that one,
Nobody wanted to work on them. They're too ugly.
no, but out of the 7,400 cars made, they imported 350 to Canada.
No
So that's one of the 350 that GM actually imported into Canada. So it makes it rare. And
Where'd you
mine
find
wasn't
that
an
one?
SS, but that hood that you were asking about in the paint shop, that's the hood. See, there's an air flapper back on the hood here. So this
Yeah.
car is going to look.
The hood's worth what? 3-4 grand?
Well, it depends about 2,500 for a
2,500?
real one. Except this car is going to look exactly the same as this one, except it's going to be that blue and that stripe is going to be white. That's a pass.
Yeah.
And that one could be an automatic. It's going to have that. That one was a big block. Probably could have been a 396. Could have been a 454. Mine's going to have a 400 horse small block in it and a 5-speed tranny and better brakes and it'll handle better. So mine will be better than that one, but that one's worth more because it's a real SS.
I tell you what,
Definite
you know what?
pass.
I don't mind that at all.
Yeah, that was the only year see, they made that body style from 70 to 72, but 70 was the only year where it had 4 lights and a little grill. In 71 and 2, it had 2 lights and a bigger grill.
Now, was that when did the what am I looking for? When they
I don't know, vocabulary?
economy, not gas crisis.
72, but actually 71, it was starting to go for
What am I looking for? Energy, gas.
yeah, the fuel crisis.
Fuel crisis.
Yeah, the
Fuel crisis.
Yeah.
What was that all about, anyways?
Well, the Arabs basically put in an embargo on shipping fuel to the States. I think they were trying to cut them off. That's when Nixon went off the gold standard, and then he told the Saudis as long as they only took American money for their oil, they would protect them. That's when Nixon went off the gold standard because up until 71, you could redeem American dollars for gold, but they could not fund enough. They couldn't fund the Vietnam War and stay on the gold standard and back their currency. So they went off it, and then they told the Saudis in 71, we will keep the House of Saud in power forever as long as you only take American dollars for gold, for oil. That's why the whole rest of the world use American dollars as the world's reserve currency, because up until a couple of years ago, you could not buy oil with anything except dollars. But now they're starting to do it in rubles, do it in gold. US is trying, anyway. A lot of history happened in 1970, 71.
The energy crisis.
Yeah.
Was it really even a crisis?
Yeah, the oil embargo.
That's it.
That's what it was.
There's that car.
There we go.
Nobody likes that car.
1971 Cuda. 2 thumbs up. That's a pass.
tell you what.
Beautiful car, iconic. 70 and 71 Barracudas are the
I
most
really
valuable
like
ones.
that. I really like that paint scheme
Yeah,
on
and
it.
the shark tooth grill.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful cars.
Yeah.
And that one, does it say Hemi? I think that says Hemi. That's a real Hemi. It's one of about 7 or 11 or 14 that they made, and probably a couple $100 car. Yes. Okay, very rare. I have a 70 Cuda out in the shop, but it's not a convertible. I wish.
I tell you what, it's just
Yeah, beautiful body
actually-
style.
I actually-
Iconic.
Yeah.
Iconic, right? That is like the creme de la creme of a muscle cars. 70, 71 Cudas, especially with the
Yeah.
Hemis. Right? They were nasty and rare. There we go. Same year, except that's 1 year old, but that's the Challenger. I have a couple of those bodies too.
Another car's worth more
Yeah.
than that one is. So.
Yeah, well, of course. But that's a nice car too. It's a convertible. They didn't make many e-body convertibles.
You know what? Dodge had some wild colors. Did the guys do an
Yeah.
acid at the plant or what?
I think that's sassy grass green. They call them high impact colors.
Is that so? They really hit them hard with another
Yeah,
car.
well, it was a special order paint code. There was
tell you what.
sassy grass green, sublime green, go mango, plum crazy, panther pink, banana yellow. There's a bunch of them. Pretty sure that's sassy grass green. Anyway, that's another pass. Again, iconic muscle car. And
Yeah,
I have a thing for convertibles. What's this? There we go. Fire Chicken. 69 Pontiac, probably a 400 with the hood scoops. Another iconic car. I mean, the Camaro and the Firebird were basically
They're really. What's different
Yeah.
on the front end? Different motor?
same chassis, different motors, the sheet metal. Basically, the same doors.
The window
fit.
front was different.
Yeah, well, basically, yeah, from the door pillar forward, and then the quarters were slightly different. But 69,
Even had the same cuts on the back fenders as 69 Camaro. You see that? The back, the way the cut back there, the same as the 69 Camaro.
well, it's the same, the same
quarter
body
front,
line. Yep. Anyway, nice car, definite pass. Again, muscle car, pony car, and it's a convertible. It's got a lot going for it. There we go.
There's a car.
69.
They couldn't even sell that thing.
Nope. Back in the day when the oil embargo hit, people were basically giving those cars away. Now anything with a wing, they made them 69 and 70. That's the Dodge Daytona. Plymouth had the Superbird. They both had those wings. One of those was the first cars to do 200 miles an hour.
And they banned them from NASCAR.
They banned them from NASCAR because they won just about every race. So that is, I mean, they were kind of ugly, the noses, but they were built for one purpose.
Kinda ugly.
They were built for one purpose.
They were
to go-
naturally ugly.
Yeah. They were built to go out and win NASCAR races at 200 miles an hour, and they did a good job.
On them
That's a
tires,
pass,
yeah.
right? I mean, I like other B bodies better, but I mean, it's one of the highest priced muscle cars out there now. Winged Warriors, they call them.
I tell you what.
Anyway, very cool. Okay.
Oh, the best car ever made is the last one.
There we go. Another Camaro ZL1 427. Special order, big block,
You know,
nasty,
nasty,
power to weight. That was one of the hottest cars
tell
made in
you
that
what.
year. Anyway, there we
There
go.
you go.
Super seat. That's the Plymouth,
Yeah, the Plymouth.
Superbird.
Yeah.
So basically, what they did is they took a Road Runner and then they took the front end off a.
They couldn't even sell those cars.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to buy them. $3,000. They can get that piece of shit out of here.
Now they're worth like $250,000. But see, 69 Plymouth Roadrunner body, 70 Coronet fenders that they cut 9 inches
What
off.
do they have a little extra stock in the factory? They made something out of it or what?
Just to make
Made
it.
out of junk and loud.
No, because the Coronet fenders fit the nose cone better. Right? Well,
nose cone.
because they
What
cut
nose cone did they use?
70 Coronet
Is that the 70 Corvette nose cone? Then it was a
fenders. These
What about the
fenders
nose
are.
cone?
That's why you
Well,
cannot buy a set of 70 Coronet fenders. They don't repop them. And everybody that's ever smashed up a Superbird or wants to make a clone, you need a set of 70 Coronet fenders. That's why the fenders are worth $5,000 a pair. I got offered $5,000 for a set of fenders and a valence, and I kept it because I've got 570 Super Bs. And if they don't make the part and you need it, what's it worth?
yeah, whatever you're gonna.
That's
make.
why we call a lot of Plymouth parts, they're made of unobtainium.
Yeah.
Very expensive metal, unobtainium. It's a pass. Oh, there we go.
Made by a chicken farmer.
GT 350R Shelby Fastback Mustang. That was one of the most iconic muscle cars. That was the first supercar, 65. Well, think about it. 65. What was a supercar before 65?
Well, what is the definition of a supercar?
Well, the handling, the power to weight ratio. I mean, I'd call
The
it.
hand like a piece of.
No, not the Shelby. That's a Shelby. It's not a Mustang.
Okay.
I call it the first American supercar.
I like it. I'm a Ford guy, so I like them.
And it was the fastback. I mean, those cars are worth a load of
What's
money.
in it for a
It's
motor?
one. Hypo 289 and 65.
That's all. I just that
Yeah,
little
but
bit.
271 horse, and then Shelby tweaked them a bit.
Yeah.
Still 300 horse in a little car that weighed what? 24,
all
2,500
small,
pounds?
yeah.
Anyway,
I like
very
it.
cool car. Definite thumbs
Yeah,
up.
100%.
100%. There we go.
Now, that's a weird car.
That is not a production car. It says 69 AMX3. Basically, that was a concept car, obviously.
I don't know why they
It's
didn't
beautiful.
build it.
Looks like a cheetah.
It does.
Yeah. I mean, definite thumbs up or a pass, but I mean,
It's
I've
more
never
beautiful.
seen one.
It's more beautiful than the sunlight shining off of a rifle barrel in the morning.
Yes, beautiful. Never seen one, but obviously, I mean, I'm assuming it was just a concept car. Like a lot of these companies, they debut cars at major, like at the Detroit Auto Show, and never put
you
them
want to
into
know
production.
something? I see a problem with that car looking at it. What do you see in that car? That car is doing 200 mile an hour. What problem do you see? I see that.
You can't see much.
Yeah. I see it flying. Look at the nose cone, the way it is, how it scoops the air.
Yep.
It'd lift that thing right off the ground and be aye and goodbye.
Well, I don't know if it's.
Well, look.
Yeah, but does it have downforce or upforce?
No, but look at it. It's getting too much wind underneath it. Anyways,
It's a pretty cool
I don't
car.
care.
It's a pass.
It's a pass.
Just the styling is amazing. Never seen one. But
So far, the only car that Mike's hated so far on there was probably the car worth the most amount of money in the whole book so far.
the Rolls Royce.
Here it rolls canardly. It rolls down one ear, canardly it up the other.
Another Shelby. That one. Okay, if that's a real
yeah.
one. There we go. That was the same guy that designed the fastback Shelby, but that is what won Le Mans. I think it won Le Mans 3 or 4 years in a row, didn't it? For the
I don't
427.
know. But the going story was, if you had one of those cars, if you put a $100 bill on the window, and if you could take and grab that $100 bill through acceleration, you could have it. I think paced you right in the seat, you couldn't move.
That's right.
At how
The
many G's it
G-forces.
was pulling, you couldn't pick the $100 bill up off the windshield on it.
Ford backed Shelby building that with the express purpose of kicking Ferrari's ass at Le
Yes.
Mans. And they did it
Hence-
4 years in a row.
hence Ford versus Ferrari.
Ford versus Ferrari. I think the first year, the first race, the first
Was
three
that
cars.
Ford versus Ferrari?
Yes.
Or was that the GT40?
No, that was yeah. It was a GT40. You're right.
Yeah.
the GT40.
He was building those cars
And
when Ford come along and talked to him about
Yeah,
whatever he was doing, and he built the GT40.
40. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
those, it was,
It was a takeoff on that one. The Super Snake.
I don't give a any kid alive or any person alive that likes cars. There's nobody that hasn't wanted one of those.
That's right, especially a real one. I mean, that
It
thing's
was made
probably
out.
worth millions.
It was made out of an AC Bristol.
Yep.
Is what it was
Yeah,
made
the
out.
first ones, but then
Yeah.
when they started putting the 427s in them, they had to widen them like 5 inches or 7 inches.
I don't know that.
Because
I
the
don't-
first ones were narrow.
They're just small little shit boxes.
Scary cars, very scary. Super pass.
Tell your like 3 favorite and 3 least favorite.
There's just so many
The
nice
old boat car, I
cars.
guess, has to get kicked to the ground.
Yeah.
With the pass.
I mean, the Di Tommaso, the Jaguar. It's so you can't pick three favorites. There's way too many cars out there. I mean, there's tens of thousands of different cars, and I mean, a lot of them we've never even seen yet. So it's pretty hard to.
I
pick
tell
a
you
favorite.
what, you'd be lucky to have any one of them in your driveway. Somebody
Yep.
giving you one of
Yeah,
them. You'd never
basically,
complain about them.
Yeah, any one of those cars.
Back in the day when they were made, you'd probably think nothing of it. They were just a box.
Yeah. I mean, basically, it costs 3 times more now to buy a crate motor for that Chevelle.
If I had to pick any one of those cars to have, I think that I would pick the last car that we seen. Only for the simple reason it's probably worth the most.
Which one? Oh yeah, the 427
The 427.
single overhead camera. Yeah.
I think that's the only reason. But I really do. I've always wanted one of those cars. But mind you, I've always wanted a lot of things.
I think if I had to pick one, it'd either be the
Dodge with the whatchamacallit.
I wouldn't even pick a Superbird. I'd probably pick the Jag or the Di Tommaso Pantera, just because
That really,
I've
that's,
always
you know
liked
what?
one of those.
That really actually surprises me.
Why?
That you actually have taste.
Hey, I got a 911 Target too.
I know it's a beautiful box.
Anyway, we like them all.